Fake real news. They're giving you the fakeness. We're giving you the real news right here at DKM Media Group and Associates. Things are happening all over the globe. Real and news. As things are going on, you need to know the truth the real about what's happening right here city, at your state, and your community and associates. You can get the truth. Things are happening right all over the globe. Fake real news. Right here. Fake news. Real news happening right here. Fake state and your community. You can associates are happening right here. Fake community, right? There's outreach. If you need to know the truth, come and get a new right here. And fake real to have right here. Fake community, right? There's outreach. If you need to know the truth, come and get a new right here. And fake real to have right here. Fake community.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I'm actually trying to get everything set up here, man. We having a little technical difficulties with our volume today, but the show, how they say it, the show must go on. The show must go on. We're gonna keep this thing going, and we're gonna move that intro that we did. We got 2 or 3 copies of this thing. So what we're gonna do in editing, we're gonna put that intro back on it, and so when you see the final result, it will be crystal perfect, crystal clear. But my thing is, right now I have in studio with me, and this is our test right here. This is our test. We got people listening right now. We want to make sure, and we want to ensure that their volume is working properly. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to Gregory Adams. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Raheem. So glad to be here. Glad to be a part of DKM Media Group and Fake Real News. Bringing to light the reality of the fakeism that's being broadcast by our president, because he's the one who established that slogan, fake news. So we're bringing real news to you from fake individuals so that you can know what's real. All right, back to you, Raheem.
Good deal, good deal. Now, I'm hoping that the volume is working fine. Somebody have to text me and let me know that the volume is working properly. And because we got to move forward. We got a lot of stuff we want to talk about. We only going to be before you for about maybe an hour at the most today. We're going to be here with you an hour. Bishop looking at his clock like he didn't know we was going to do this. He thought this was going to be a 10-minute show. Lord, my Jesus, we've been doing it for a couple of weeks, and Lord, my Jesus. He said something about 30 minutes. But listen, Bishop, what I want to, Gregory, what I want to talk to you about is that debate that happened last night. I want to talk to you about that debate that happened last night. And let me know what you think about it. What were the pros and the cons? What did you take away from the debate last night? What do you say to that, Bishop?
The debate last night was one that I can say Vice President Biden walked away as a winner. He was able to address the issues that we're facing in America. He talked about COVID. He talked about the safety. He talked about taxes. He talked about health care. He talked about everything that we needed to hear and know what he intends to do in his platform. President Trump, he was very evasive. He was trying to sling mud. He was talking about Joseph Biden, his connection with China. And if anybody knows, Donald Trump gets his suits, his ties, his shirts made in China. So he's talking about Joe Biden and China, his connection, his son, Hunter, and what Hunter's doing in China. Hunter is a businessman. He sells himself. He has a business that he established with his partner, and the business is called Rosemont Seneca Partners. He is one of the founding partners of it. He worked under the administration with George W. Bush. Trump said Hunter didn't have a job. Hunter is not running for president. Joe Biden and Donald Trump is running for president. So why would you even try to talk about what Hunter Biden has going on? So if it came down to win or lose, Donald Trump lost, Joe Biden won. I came out having some hope after hearing the things that Joe Biden intended to do. But what President Trump plans to do, he doesn't have a clue because he doesn't plan on doing anything. He's talking about Joe raising the taxes. He's going to raise the tax. No, if you make $400,000 and above, you're going to raise the tax. But other than that, how many of us in here raise our hand make $400,000? I don't. So my takeaway from this debate last night, Joe Biden was the clear winner. Donald Trump was the clear loser. He doesn't have a plan for the American people. Back to you, Raheem.
And that's exactly what it is that I took from it as well. And they went back and forth. It wasn't as messy as it was the first time. But one thing that it was unorganized on one person's part and very organized on the other. And now looking at that debate, you have to make your determination. What side do you want to stand on? Do you want to stand on the side of the man that was not organized, that did not know, did not have a plan, did not know what he was going to do one thing to the next? Or do you want to go with the man that has an organized strategy as to how to move your country forward? Gregory, what do you say to that?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I've already voted, and I think you and your wife have already voted as well, so I want to thank you. I want to thank the over 14 million Americans that have already voted. I want to thank the 2 million that are here in Georgia who have already early voted, plus. So I really appreciate everyone going out to let your voice be heard through the polls. I don't know which way you voted, but I do know that the numbers were there, and they're much greater than they were in years past. If you don't vote, you don't count, don't complain. If you vote, you got a right to voice your opinion and your concern about what's going on. It's imperative that you get out there and vote. Because many people, I can say it plainly, many people have lost their lives for us to have this freedom and or right to vote. And it's a shame that we have to have an act to be revisited, every 20 years when I am a natural born citizen. And that's one of my given rights as a citizen of this nation, to be able to go to the polls and vote without every 20 years them having to go back and revisit it. But I'm always thankful to Lyndon Johnson for enacting the Voter Right Act. However, that needs to be a law because I was born here. Back to you, Raheem.
Now this brother here, I'm going to tell you about Gregory Adams. He done called the man name, the president name who did it. He did some research. That's why this is fake real news. Now, this is what I want to do right now. I want to actually play on Joe Biden's. If any of you saw this last night, looked at the debate last night, I was very impressed. I was very impressed with Joe Biden's close and how he closed. A young lady came to him and said, "What is your closing remarks?" And this is what he had to say. I want you all to listen to this and look at how old. I'm not even going to play Donald Trump's because he said nothing. He said nothing. I'm not even going to give it any airtime on this broadcast. But what I will do, I'm going to play Donald Trump. I'm going to play Joe Biden's, and I want you to listen to what it is that he said in his close last night. Listen at the organization. Listen at what he said. Listen at what he said he's going to do, and listen how he said he's going to orchestrate everything that he's going to try and do moving forward. I say try to do because he may not get it all done, but at least there's going to be an effort, and at least he have a plan. Listen at this, you all.
Not vote for you.
I will say I'm an American president. I represent all of you, whether you voted for me or against me. And I'm going to make sure that you're represented. I'm going to give you hope. We're going to move. We're going to choose science over fiction. We're going to choose hope over fear. We're going to choose to move forward because we have enormous opportunities to make things better. We can grow this economy. We can deal with the systemic racism. And at the same time, we can make sure that our economy is being run and moved and motivated by clean energy, creating millions of new jobs. And that's the fact. That's what we're going to do. And I'm going to say, as I said at the beginning, what is on the ballot here is the character of this country. Decency, honor, respect, treating people with dignity, making sure that everyone has an even chance. And I'm going to make sure you get that. You haven't been getting it the last 4 years.
All right?
You have not been getting it the last 4 years. You have not been getting it the last 4 years. That was a punch directly to your sitting president. He's telling this young man, he's telling this individual that you've done nothing but cause chaos and or controversy in America and around the world. You've done nothing. Donald Trump kept saying last night, well, that's what you get from politicians. I'm not a politician. Well, if you're not a politician, how could you be the president of the United States of America and still not be a politician? It takes someone that is a politician to sit in that seat as the president of the United States of America, but yet still you want to sit here and try to get the American people to think that you're not a politician. Man, come on, man. We got some sense. You're going to sit here on nationwide television and say, I'm not a politician. That's what you get from politicians. Greg, I'm trying to help me understand something. Is the President of the United States of America, is he a politician?
He told you the truth. He is not. He is not political by any means. He is not poised by any means. He doesn't have a clue of what it takes to be a leader. I'm reminded of something that George Washington said, and I'm going to read just a little bit of it, if it's okay.
Go ahead.
And George Washington said this: the Bible reminds us that the most important part of any structure is its foundation. Hear that? The foundation. If the foundation be destroyed, how can the foundation be destroyed? By those that were willing to destroy it. What can the righteous do? Meaning, what can we that are citizens of this great country, this nation, what can we do? Go to the polls. He says, it is time to remember our foundation and to listen again to the words of those who were instrumental in making this country one of the world's most powerful and respected nations. I believe that's what Joe Biden and Barack Obama has done. There were other leaders before them that did wonderful work. But the one we have now, I think he thinks he's a king. And I think he thinks he's a king of what? Burger King. Because he's holding the discipline, the moral understanding, the leadership qualities that it needs to lead this nation. That's why he said he's not a politician. And a burger is not complete if it doesn't have any meat in it. A burger is not complete if you don't put the condiments with it. Your onions, your pickles, your lettuce, your tomatoes, your ketchup, your mayo, your mustard. You just got a piece of bread with a piece of meat. But if you ain't got nothing but the bread, you don't have a burger. America doesn't have a president. Back to you, Raheem.
We got a nut. We got a nut. And I'm reflecting back on Andy Griffith. And you all remember Andy Griffith, Ernest T. Bass.
Yes.
Ernest T. Bass. He said, Andy said, that's a strange fella. And Barney looked at him and said, no, that's a nut. We got a nut in office.
Yeah.
And we got to get him out of there. There's no reason at all this man should be the president of the United States of America. In that case, I need to run. I should run. Bishop.
Yeah.
You should run.
Yeah.
You should. If we could have him as the president of the United States of America, there's no reason why we could not run and win. You know, all these people voting for this nut. And they're trying to turn a blind eye at what he do and how he do it. Man, the Republican Party has become a joke, a laughing stock because of this individual. It's become a joke to the whole world. They're not the Republicans no more. They're what Trumpites or whatever you want to call them, Donaldites or whatever you want to call them. That's what it is, man. Because nobody has a backbone, nobody has a spine, and nobody is standing up to this foolishness that they know this man is doing. And they'll get on nationwide TV, on all these channels. I wish they would come to fake real news, because we'll put them in their place. We'll put them in their place. But my thing is, they will come on nationwide TV and act like this man has done nothing wrong. And defend him to the end. What are you really defending? What are you really standing up for? This is a nut. And you want to sit up there and get in front of the American people and the world and try to justify his foolishness. Greg, what's on your heart?
You, Raheem, you just sound like Bernie Mac. You just sound, there you go. You sound like Bernie Mac, because I'm going to tell you what you just said was true to the core. This guy does not have a clue. I was thinking about something he said to the suburban women. And he asked the question, why don't you like me? It's like he's trying to get a date.
Yeah.
Why don't you like me? Vote for me. Joe Biden said in his closing remarks, he said, I don't care if you voted for me or not, but this is what we need. And he talked about thus and so, because he knows he's not going to get the vote from everybody. Mm-hmm. But he's more mature, and he has a more political mind to know and understand that it's not about me. Mm-hmm. It's about the American people. Yes. And this is exactly what our leaders are supposed to be looking at, the needs of the American people. That's why that debate, the last debate, was so important for us to pay attention to and hear what's being said, because now for those last minute voters, those undecided voters, it gave you that opportunity to hear what this man has in store for us for the next 4 years. And for us, if he is president, nothing from nothing gives you what? Nothing, and he don't have nothing to offer the American people. I'm telling you, you need to go vote. You need to make the right choice. I heard Raheem say he started at the beginning of the alphabets, wherewith you got A, and there's nobody on the ballot that's running for president that has the last name A. But there is someone that has B. And that's the person that you need to look at, and that's the person you need to be voting for. Hear what I said? Be voting for. Like you, Raheem.
We have a layout of some of the things that we're going to talk about today. We have a layout of different topics, but I'm going to throw a curveball in there for a second. And we're going to talk about this for a few minutes, and then we may even get out. We're going to touch one or two more. Then we're going to probably get on out here for today. But I want to talk about drug reform. This just came to my heart, drug reform. And we spoke about this morning on the Morning Glow. And if you all get an opportunity, you might want to check out our DKM Media Group, same place you're watching this, and 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock every day, Monday through Friday, the Morning Glow. We have some excellent conversations on there. And we talked a little about drugs, about marijuana today. I got to be politically correct. We on fake real news. I got to say marijuana. You know, I can't say weed. You know, I can't say weed. That's weed. But that was for you, Rico. I know you're watching, brother. You know, I know you're over there laughing. But my thing is this right here. Let's talk seriously about drug reform. And I want to ask Greg. I want to ask you this question. There's been a lot of people that has been incarcerated on marijuana charges. And now in several states, marijuana is becoming legal and is actually spreading throughout the United States now. I think you have about 3 or 4 states right now at this present time, 3, maybe 4, where marijuana is legal. Now, the people that was arrested for marijuana, and what if it was the 3rd offense and it was a marijuana charge? Greg, should they be released?
The law was not passed during that time. I would say yes, they need to be released, but during the time in which the offense was committed.
Let me bring out the issue here. Oh, that's over there. Let me. Me and Greg gonna switch seats for a second. Yeah, come over here, sir. Come over here and this chair on this side here. I don't know what kind of chair it is. Come on. But I want you to answer this question from this side here. I'm going to get up and you go ahead, sir.
Okay. From a legal perspective, being in law enforcement for a number of years, because the offense was committed before legislation was changed, they still have to serve the time. Personally, I feel like, hey, they need to be cut loose or released because of the offense in which they committed. Now you've made legal. But the law does not justify that. You get yourself a good attorney, you do an appeal and see whether or not they'll be inclined to dismiss that at that particular time. But generally, whatever crimes committed before laws were passed, you're still held liable for those things, and it's unfortunate. We have to move forward, and that's what we need to do. I am in agreement with certain offenses that needs to be changed. They have now. Doctors are now prescribing marijuana for those who have, terminal illness, those who are dealing with glaucoma, whatever the case may be, dealing with you physically. They have now done this and they're prescribing it. It just not hadn't reached the national scale coming in through the FDA. However, we need to petition our legislators to free our brothers and sisters. Back to you, Raheem.
We playing musical chairs, but what Greg don't know is I'm gonna go right back to him with the same question. Let him answer from that side right there. All right, same question, sir, from the top.
From the top.
Yeah, should they be released?
Well, somebody would say, "Let my people go."
Mm-hmm.
However, because the offense was committed prior to the change of laws in certain states, those who have been found guilty still have to serve their term. I would that we would have attorneys to look into that to see whether or not we could free Pookie and them. However, it is what it is. We need to make sure that as we move forward, I do appreciate certain things being changed, because now since you brought it up and you asked the question, it looks like the minorities are the ones who are really hit the most with those minor offenses of marijuana. And jails overpopulated with blacks. Just tell the truth and shame the devil, because this is what fake real news.
Come on.
They target blacks. They find stuff on blacks. They sometimes even set you up so they can make an arrest. And it's crazy. Even with some of the tests, when they come out there, because you buy the test somewhere, it doesn't come from the GBI. Set you up. And then you can take so they can make an arrest. Aspirin, and it come up as cocaine. Oh, this is what it showed, cocaine. Now you're going to jail for having an aspirin, ibuprofen, because this is what this test showed, and they've already determined that those things are not, conclusive or accurate as it relates. Reform
real
is
news.
great. Let's not abuse the reform to by any means, but for those who have to use it and the doctor prescribed it, yes, do what you have to do. But if you're going to talk about marijuana, what about prescription drugs?
Come on.
Opioids. What about these things right here that are taking some of our loved ones out? So we're talking about reforming, we're talking about changing laws and legislation, and then we're talking about doing all these things. But who are we going to hit down? Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Bayer. If you arrested Pookie for selling weed, then why don't you arrest Bayer and Pfizer, the CEOs of those companies, for help in manufacturing these opioids that cause our loved ones to be addicted and even dying? Back to you,
I'm
Randy.
gonna ask you this question, and because you pose a very interesting question there. Could they be also arrested for distribution, trafficking? Because they don't sell it. They don't sell it in just one city or one state. They sell it throughout the United States and the world. So, and they say if you take a drug across the state line, it becomes a federal offense at that particular time. So, Greg, what do you say to that?
Well, this is very deep. Well, well, who are we going to arrest? Wow, that is interesting, isn't it? All right, so Mr. Big buys the planes and the ships, and he brings the drugs in from these different areas, the other parts of the world. He brings them here. Then he gives them to, and I don't know anybody named Pookie and Ray Ray. These are just names that we're just making up to apply to certain individuals. But they're the ones who are now distributed in the streets, making the peanuts, but sending the money back to Mr. Big. Well, then, Mr. Big now is Pfizer and Bayer, Johnson & Johnson. And guess who their dealers are? CVS, Kroger, Food Depot. So if we're going to arrest Pookie and Ray Ray, we need to go in and arrest Kroger, CVS, Food Depot, so we can get Pfizer, Bayer, and Johnson & Johnson, who are the major manufacturers of these particular opioids. It's just a question. We're not trying to, make it more than what it is, but it brings us back to this point where we go, something to think about. Back to you, Raheem.
And that's absolutely the case right there, because there's so many different things and the elements involved. A lot of these brothers and sisters is locked up today. That could have been their third offense. Some cities and states have that 3-strike rule, and if that's their third offense, then they're gone for the rest of their life. And now in the same state where you arrested them for their third offense, you put them down for the rest of their life. Now the very thing that had them incarcerated on their third offense, even though it could have been a small amount, it could have been for his or her own personal use, but yet still you say that he's selling it. He's selling it, but it's only his own personal. Well, maybe he smoked more than everybody else smoked. Maybe he smoked more than you smoke. Police officers, y'all smoke too. Some of y'all smoke. Man, some of y'all smoke. I know people that, some of y'all smoke. But y'all ain't, a lot of y'all politicians smoke too. A lot of y'all got y'all fingertips is brown too. You know how y'all do. Yeah, y'all try to scrub it and scrape it off and all that stuff. Come on, man, I know how y'all do. You be scrubbing your finger on the sidewalk, trying to get that brownness off your finger because you don't smoke it too short. You don't smoke it too short. Now you want to sit here and act like you all holier than thou. You ain't holier than thou. Y'all got me acting silly. I'm gonna put the camera on Greg. He rolling over there, right? But my thing, but all in all seriousness, though, we have to keep this thing consistent. We have to keep it consistent. My phone is blowing up, man. I don't know who texted me. My phone is blowing up. Somebody texts me like crazy. But my thing is this right here. Let's keep this thing consistent, and let's be fair, and let's be justified in how we deal with individuals. Y'all are not treating us right. Y'all are not treating us right. This justice system is not just when it comes to people that look like you and I. It's not just. You'll run across somebody in one of those very fancy, nice, rich communities, running their house, and find drugs all over the place, marijuana, methamphetamine, or whatever you find, all this stuff you find in their house, you'll slap them on the wrist. I'm going to tell your mama, I'm going to tell your daddy, because they have a very prestigious, maybe they're a judge, or they're a politician or a doctor or something like that, so you slap them on the wrist. You know you shouldn't be doing that. You come from a great family. You shouldn't be doing these things. You shouldn't be out here doing this stuff because you're going to destroy your life. But yet and still you run into somebody in the hood, and they can have half of what the other individual have, and you take them downtown. You put no value on their life at all. You put no value on their life at all. And because of the fact that they live where they live, and their zip code is different from the other zip code, you want to treat them differently. You want to treat them less than. This justice system is not just at all. There's no justice in this system. Now, I'm not going to say that everybody across the board is this way, but you have so many individuals that go into certain neighborhoods with the very intent of locking them up. If they do something, I'm going to lock them up. Now, if that's your attitude, that's fine. That's who you are. But be that way in every neighborhood. Don't change your attitude based on the zip code. Don't change your attitude based on the zip code. If you're going to be that way across the board, and I ain't got nothing but love for you. But don't come into our neighborhoods. Don't come into our neighborhoods. Don't come into our communities and with the idea and the mindset that you're going to lock everybody up that violate a crime. But then you go into other zip codes and you give them a pass. I'm going to write you a warning if you write anything at all. Greg, what's on your heart?
You just said a mouthful, my friend. And I'm so appreciative that you did go there, and I'm so glad that you did talk about that. I'm reminded of what happened to Rodney King when the police got him behind him and he wouldn't stop. And they beat that man. Mm-hmm. But then I looked at another chase, and they had all these sheriff's cars and police chasing this person on I believe it was the 105. And when the person finally stopped, they just sat some more. Mm-hmm. Finally, the person opens the door, and it was a white person. And they very calmly put the cuffs on the person. They didn't beat him. They didn't do nothing compared to what they did to Rodney King. You said something about justice. And when we stand, I think one of the topics was on the Morning Glow was, is there justice? And we stand and pledge to a flag and say liberty and justice for all. But is there really liberty and justice for all? Joe Biden said on last night, dealing with the debate, he talked about the injustice that's done to blacks. I can't help but respect and honor him because he was not afraid to tackle the injustice that's being done to black, the systemic racism that we face. He was not afraid to address it. Donald Trump won't address it. In fact, man, Donald Trump won't denounce white supremacy. Mm-hmm. he won't denounce white supremacy, but he will tell them to stand down and stand by. What does that mean? If I don't get reelected, y'all know what it means. Donald Trump is not good for the American people. Joe Biden is going to tackle issues that we, who are blacks, face on a daily basis. Because I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, there is not liberty and justice for us. Back to you, Ray.
And see, the thing about it, I'm the type of individual, and if anybody knows me, know that I love everybody. I don't care whether you're black, orange, purple, white, blue, polka dot, or striped. I don't care. I'm going to love you and give you the love, honor, and respect that you so rightfully deserve as a human being. That's just what I'm going to do. Until you do something other than that. Until you show me something outside of that, then I either get my distance away from you or I deal with the situation at that particular time so I can get my distance from you. So I don't care if you're black, white, purple, lily stripe, polka dot, I don't care what you are. I'm going to love you because I love everybody. And if anybody hang out with me, they know I speak to everybody. Black, white, orange, I don't care. But my thing is, we all have to get to the point where we can love and appreciate and honor each other. And until we get to that place, there's going to be some bumpy roads. There's going to be some bumpy roads along the way. One of the bumps that we need to get out of that road is number 45. That's not a bump. That's a speed bump. We need to get that out the road, man. We need to do something about that. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to start opening up the phone lines so people can call in and talk to us as well and be a part of the conversation. We may even open up the chat. We got a chat room here too. We may even open up the chat room so people can come in and chat with us. And so there's a lot of different things that we're going to do. There's a lot of different avenues that we're going to tackle with what we're doing here on Fake Real News. But one thing that we'll never waver from is dealing and telling the truth. Dealing with and telling the truth. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to continue to do. Without a shadow of a doubt. That's what we will do. That's what we will continue to do. I see Greg where he's taking notes, so I'm going to look at his cheat sheet and find out what he's talking about. Greg, what's going on?
This is not bashing President Trump. We're not here to bash him. But some of the stuff he says is just completely absurd. He talked about last night, IRS don't like him. IRS has not been kind to him. Who has IRS been kind to? Were they kind to Wesley Snipes? Were they kind to Sammy Davis Jr.? Were they kind to Red Fox? And he talking about they ain't kind to him? Wesley Snipes spent 3 years in prison.
Yeah.
Sammy Davis Jr. died broke. Same thing with Red Fox. Because IRS said they owed them. And they went and took their property. They went and took their belongings. And Donald Trump has, what's that, Mar-a-Lago, Trump Towers. Come on now. IRS they ain't took nothing from him. But yet, he paid $750 in taxes. They talk about that, but how about the $92.5 million that he received in tax returns? Ooh, I didn't know anything about that. Hey, that's why we're talking about fake real news. We're letting you know what really is going on. Come on now. We're not trying to bash Donald Trump, but I want to counter something that Raheem said about Donald Trump. And he may not like it, but I'm going to be real. He said Donald Trump was a speed bump. I say Donald Trump is a pothole. He is a big hole in the road. That's what he is. And we need to get the road repaired so that we can move forward and drive on a smooth road. Raheem, come on now. Back to you, brother.
We are about to get out of here, man. We didn't want to stay before, we said we was going to be here for an hour, but I think we've covered a lot of the things that hopefully you wanted to talk about. And so know that we're here every Friday. You can actually go to dkmmediagroup.com. Go to we're gonna put this on. Actually, we're gonna put this on channel 730. We're gonna start running this on channel 730. every week. We're gonna record it early, and then we'll start running it at 7 o'clock. Well, let's say 7 o'clock every Thursday. 7 o'clock. Write that down, Bishop. 7 o'clock. Better yet, 7 o'clock every Friday. We'll do it a week. We're running a week from every Friday. We'll run it there. We'll record it like we're doing now. We'll be here recording it on Fridays from 1 to 2. Sometimes we go a little bit over a little bit, but from 1 to 2 we'll be producing the show. And the show that we produce on this week, you'll see it next week. You'll see it the following week. And so it's going to be on every Friday from 7 to 8 on DKM Media Group. So make sure you stay locked in every Friday. It's channel 730. We have 8 channels right now. We actually have 8 channels. So if you get an opportunity, we actually have a kids channel too. So we have little ones. Having to go there and look at some of those cartoons that we have on there. There's a lot of cartoons that's for children, age-appropriate cartoons for children. And they teach them the Bible, teach them the Word. And so it's a great platform. It really is an absolutely great platform that you can use to teach your children the Word. If you don't know it yourself, let them go to our DKM Media Group. Go to Media, and for Media, select Television. And go to the cartoon channel. And on that cartoon channel, you have cartoons. It runs all day long. I don't care what time you log on, 24/7. You'll be some cartoons on there for your children. Some spiritual-based cartoons for your kids. There's a fitness channel. We have a fitness channel. If you want to get in shape, you found out that your six-pack has turned into a keg, and and you want to do something to get that thing back in order. Go to the fitness channel. We have a fitness channel there. Man, I'm trying to think of all that we got. So it's growing so fast. We got so many. Then we got a singles channel, singles dating channel where people they talk about what they want to do, what they're looking for, the pros and the cons of everything that's there. And so we have a lot. And only thing that's missing is you. DKM Media Group. Oh, and if you need commercials, we're doing video commercials as well. And we're going to package them and put them right there on DKM Media Group. So, and that like I said, right now we have 8 channels. So we'll circulate your commercial through all the channels to make sure that you're being seen by everybody. And so if you know of anybody that want to promote their business in any kind of way, video-wise, get in contact with us here at DKM Media Group, and we'll make sure that we get somebody to you, shoot the commercial, or if you already have a commercial, make sure you get it to us, and we will do that as well. Gregory, what's on your heart?
Raheem, beautiful show as usual. Thank God for you. Thank God for DKM Media Group and those who are watching. We do appreciate you taking our time to view us. He's already given you a list of things that we do, programs that we have, radio show that we deal with, a talk show early in the morning, the Golden Glow. We do appreciate those who call in and those who watch. And please spread the news. Let everybody know. But I want to close with this, because when Raheem take it over and he closes it out, I love how he closes it out. We're not here to bash the president, but we're here to reform and move this country forward with new leadership, greater leadership, and we want to build, unite, and navigate this nation to a greater horizon. Back to you, Raheem.
Good deal. Now, we are about to get on out of here. We're about to get on out of here. Like I said, again, it's been a great broadcast. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And do me a favor, while you're on, if you're listening to this thing on right now, if you're listening to it on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. And share the channel with people as well. We have a lot of things on our YouTube channel, but definitely go to DKM Media Group, dkmmediagroup.com, dkmmediagroup.com. Make sure you go there and like the page. Like it, do whatever you want to do. We, like I said, we have the Morning Glow every day, Monday through Friday. I don't know what Bishop said it was. He changed the name on us there for a second, but that's okay. He said the Morning Glory or Shine or something. I don't know what the word you said. I heard you, man. Somebody just sent me a message. Said, what kind of show he talking about? Y'all got a new show?
To the Morning Glow.
Oh, Lord, my Jesus. Look at I got to show you. Look at there you go, right there. Look at it. See that? Look, see, that's what I'm up against, y'all. I put the camera on him. That's what we're up against right now. But listen, y'all have a great day, man. Again, I want to thank you all for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing Fake Real News to be a part of your day. It is now time for us to end this broadcast for today. Make sure you join us every Friday from 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have a lot of people. As a matter of fact, we have people out of California that's a part of the broadcast. We got somebody in Arkansas coming on with the broadcast. We actually have 2 people in California that's going to be a part of this broadcast moving forward. So we have local correspondents all over the place. Have one person in Virginia. They're going to tell us about the news that's going on in Virginia. And we're building this thing. We're building this thing. So in the next couple of weeks, you'll be with us, stay with us, and grow with us. Let's grow together. Let's grow together. I got a brother of mine, Rico, out. He actually checked out the broadcast. He deal with a lot of issues. So Rico, shout out to you, brother. I want to bring you on so you can talk about some of the issues that you deal with on a day-to-day basis. He do a lot in politics as well. What Gregory didn't tell you, he's actually a politician himself. And so when he listened to these debates and stuff like that, he could do it from a level of expertise because he's been there. He's walked that walk. He's worn those shoes before. Now, he ain't never been no president. We ain't going to say that there. But at the same time, he knows politics. Rico knows politics. Minister Neal, shout out to Minister Neal. He does a lot as well in the community, and he knows politics very well. We're going to get people on here that's going to talk about music in the music arena. We have an attorney that's going to start coming on with us. She's going to be talking legal talk. She's going to be talking legal talk. I actually spoke to her today. She wanted to be on with us today, but it was such a late notice. She said she'll probably be on with us starting next week or beginning of November, whenever that is. I think that's 2 weeks from now. And so we're going to bring you a lot in regards to fake real news. We're growing it right now. It's at the beginning stages. And like I said, even the way that we're shooting it right now is trial and error. We're learning as we're going. We have a little hiccups along the way. But in about a month or so, none of those hiccups will be there. None of those hiccups will be there. And we'll be able to flow through smoothly and give a product that you could be very proud of. I thank you. And I definitely appreciate each and every one of you. It is now time for us to end for today. You're about to exit Fake Real News. But before you go, I want you to do me 2 favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we're certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number 2, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. And we shine some of this light from Fake Real News, take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. You all have a great day. Love each other. You just might find some love in return. We're getting out of here. Take care, and have yourself a great day.
Things are happening all over the globe. And as things are going on, you need to know the truth about what's happening in your city, your state, and your community. You can get the truth right here at Fake Real News, right here on DKM Media Group and Associates. That is Fake Real News at DKM Media Group and Associates. Things are happening in and around your community. There's an outrage. You need to know the truth. Come and get the truth right here at Fake Real News.